Welcome everybody back to the Figure Kit Garage, fellow resin heads and kit builders. Brent Krug back with another out-of-the-box review. The kit on the table is the long-awaited reissue of a classic kit from 2008. This is the Wolfman Bat from the 1948 film Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein. Now, this kit was originally issued by John Tuckey, the late John Tuckey of X-O Facto Model Kits. Many of you who have bought kits from him in the past know that when he did a certain run of a kit, he never re-released it. At least not to my knowledge. If I'm incorrect, feel free to correct me in the comments below. Troy Nayert worked with Jeff Yagher to make this re-release happen through his company, Kreations. It is a 1/6 scale kit in 11 pieces and fully built, measures out at 14 7/8 inches tall. The molds were completely brand new, done by Mark Brokaw of Earthbound Studios, and the castings, which are absolutely beautiful, were done by Dean Millerman. The price for the kit is $195 plus shipping, so altogether total, after the $100 deposit that I put down last year, shipping to California and everything included, was $224 total. Finally being able to get my hands on this kit, which is one I wanted for a very long time. I'm very happy, and I have to say a big thank you to both Jeff Yagher and Troy Nayert for making this happen. This is a kit that depicts one of the final scenes of the film of Count Dracula, played by Bela Lugosi, and the Wolfman, played by Lon Chaney Jr., battling it out throughout the castle. And as Dracula steps out onto a balcony, turns into a bat and begins to fly off, the Wolfman chases him, jumps through the door, jumps up on the railing, catches him in his hands, and they fall to the rocks into the ocean waters below. Did they die? Or didn't they? Who knows? But we're going to take a look at this kit, and I got to admit, when I got the castings, it arrived last Friday. Very impressed with the level of casting quality by Dean Millerman. Mark Brokaw and his mold making, I gotta say, he's done an outstanding job of making a 16-year-old kit look like it was reissued, look like it was issued yesterday. So we'll take a look at the base first. Now the base is in 5 pieces with the base bottom, and it's not a shelf queen, put it mildly, widthwise. I mean, it's not very depth. It's, pull out my tape measure here. Depth-wise, we're looking at just a little over 7 3/4 inches wide. And front to back, you're looking right at 5.5 inches. So it doesn't take up a lot of space as far as the width and the depth. It's where the height's going to get you. But really nice flat base. And the main part of the railing, the detail in the stone texturing, absolutely amazing. Very nicely sculpted by Jeff, captured the look right out of the film. Little square hole for where the brass rod in his left foot is going to go, which is something I absolutely love that they did. And then the railing will have an insert. I'll have to sand it down just a little bit to get to fit all the way in, but it will fit in the stone railing just like that. And then there are 2 little bumps, one on each end, that will align with the base. Sit just like that, and I will drill and pin this from the bottom to give it extra stability. And the decorations on the top of the railing, and yeah, there is going to be a little bit of mold line cleanup. It's not 100% flawless, but it's damn close thanks to Mr. Brokaw's mold work and Mr. Millerman's castings. But very, very nicely cast. A little bit of sanding on the bottom just to make them sit flat, but they'll sit right on the ends. Bring that forward a little bit. Sit just like that. We'll take a look at the bat that Bela Lugosi turns into. Amazing detail in the face. All the fur and the webbed wing texturing. And even though most of this is going to be covered by his right hand, he still went in and textured that as well. A little bit of flashing cleanup along the edges of the wings. Nothing major. The right arm, which will have to be drilled and pinned to provide extra stability. Very minor seam line work on both sides, but still recaptured all of Jeff's detail work beautifully. And then the right hand, all that fur. Now, what there is, you can see it was not as bad as a kit like the Curse of the Werewolf, but very nicely rendered and will fit very well into the socket on the right arm. And then I won't be able to assemble him all the way because of the way the right arm is, but the bat will sit inside the right hand just like that. And then we have the left hand. Again, fur texturing really well done. Then we come to the portrait sculpt of Lon Chaney Jr. in probably his most prominent role. And he was the only man that ever played the Wolfman during his career. Excellent rendering of how the character looked in 1948. Definite different look of the Wolfman from how he looked in 1941. That was because Jack Pierce was no longer with Universal at the time. He had been terminated in 1946, and Bud Westmore took over as the head of the makeup department and changed the way that the Wolfman makeup was done. So it's definitely a much different look from the original Wolfman, but still looks really, really damn good. And then the main body cast in one piece with the left arm, the upper torso, and both legs and feet in one solid piece. I can only imagine how much of a headache this thing was to mold. If not for Mark, then for how John Tucky did this back in the day. But really excellent detail in the shirt, and the fur around the neck, and draping over the back of the collar. Beautifully rendered belt and the pants. A little bit of seam line work. Wouldn't be a resin kit if there wasn't any. All kits have prep no matter what. And then we come to the feet. More fur. And then the left foot, which is the only contact point of the entire kit, with a cast-in square brass rod that has been filled in with resin to give him stability on the railing. So this is a kit that definitely has a very, very strong support for the way that he is posed, and you'll see why. I'm not going to, like I said, I'm not going to be able to fit him all together, but I'm going to do my damnedest to show you how this will look when he's fully built. Adjust the camera a little bit. Left foot will insert just like that, and he is literally at an angle at a leaping angle going over that railing. I believe I can get his head to fit in without falling off. Watch, I'll just jinx myself. Really amazing look. Camera to stay still for a second. Take the head off, put the left hand in. Just a temporary fit. And temporary fit on that right hand. Kind of hard to see that right hand. The camera sitting the way that it is. I'll readjust the height and get a better perspective. Oh, sorry about the camera shake. So you'll have the right arm coming up, and then attached to that right hand will be a bat. I'll show you the box art for the kit, which actually has a full build-up on the front. But that's the basic idea of how he's going to fit together. Really, really beautifully rendered. Has a lot of great motion to it, much like the Wolfman jumping through the door, which I did pick up from John Tucky many years ago when he was alive. And that was the only kit that I ever bought from John, unfortunately. So I'm actually happy to get this reissue of this kit, one that I've wanted for quite some time. And the box art, which Dennis Lang really did an amazing job on. Shows the full build-up, and I'm assuming that build-up was done by Troy himself. And that's how he will look. Really nicely done. Great work, Dennis and Troy. And then it also comes with a COA. Sorry for the stomach growling. Certifies that this Wolfman Bat kit is an authentic and original reissue, 1/6 scale, sculpted by Jeff Yagher. Signed by both Troy Nayert and Jeff Yagher of January in 2024 from Shadow Kreations. So I believe these are still available. I do not recall them being a limited release in any way, shape, or form. If you are interested in this kit, contact Troy at Shadow Kreations on Facebook. I'll leave the contact information down below. Again, thank you to both Troy and Jeff Yagher for making the decision to reissue a kit that a lot of people, including myself, have wanted for years. As well, I would like to thank everybody that has subscribed recently. We're sitting at 884, inching ever closer to 1,000. I appreciate every single one of you. I know it's been a while since I've done a review, but with the holidays that it hit, I did decide to take a little bit of a break after the Christmas season to recuperate from doing week after week of 12-hour shifts, which took a lot out of me. But nonetheless, I appreciate everybody that has subscribed and has stayed with me thus far. Also, check out Model Club TV, Jason Walker and Scott Johansson. They've been having a lot of really good guests, giveaways, and check those guys out. They'll be in the links below. So for this reissue of the Wolfman Bat from Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein, from Troy Nayart of Shadow Kreations. This has been the Figure Kit Garage. Everybody stay happy, stay healthy, stay safe. Build a kit.